All right. First off, Kevin, I really want to say that I appreciate you sending these OtterBox cases to me. Really, really cool. Definitely, once again, appreciate it. Thank you very much. Um, as promised, I told you that I would review the case, I would test it, and I would give you my honest feedback. I have definitely tested the case, and so let me give you just a brief review, if you will, on the Otter Box Armor. First off, I want to talk about the things that I like about the case. Um, Superficially, I love the way that it looks. I think it looks awesome. This is the one I've been using, the one with the cool uh, Marlin painting on the back. Um, Definitely cool looking case. It looks rugged. It looks hardcore. I dig that. Um, let's see here. I also love the fact I love these latches on the side. I love the way that the case opens and closes. It's really quick. It's really simple, and whenever you latch it down, it's really secure, which I like. Number one thing I like about this case is that when my phone is in it, I do not worry about the phone at all. If it gets dropped, if it gets kicked, if it gets run over, if something happens to it, I know that my phone is fine. Um, for somebody that lives a lifestyle like I do, extremely active, I work construction, um, always on the go, always out doing something, riding, my motorcycle, which it's actually fallen out of my pocket onto the concrete at 80 miles an hour, and the phone's fine. Um, it's been dropped on concrete, everything, and the case has endured. I love that about the case. Um, let's see, what else do I like? Waterproof features, which we'll get to the downsides of that in a minute, but I definitely like this. These flaps are really, really nice. I always have my phone plugged in to something, either my auxiliary cable on my truck or my headphones. And I had a life-proof case before this, and the thing I could not stand about the life-proof case was that stupid headphone adapter that went in here. You screw it in and then you screw your headphones in if you're going to listen to music underwater. I don't know who does that, but I certainly don't. I lost the headphone adapter within a week, and basically my phone is useless as anything other than a phone. It's not a media player. It doesn't play music. I can't plug it in. I can't do anything with the life-proof on it. This, really cool. And it's kind of sketch, because you're like, I don't know about these seals and everything, but it seems to work really well. This is kind of tearing off here, my headphone jack. That doesn't look like it's held up very well, but the rubber grommet around the seal, it seems to hold up. What else do I like about this case? I love the fact that even though it's a big case, which I'll also talk about in a minute, it's really easy to get in and out of your pocket. I carry two phones, one work phone. This is my personal phone, and they both go in the same pocket. And I could pull this phone out individually without pulling everything else out in my pockets. It doesn't turn the pocket inside out. I had a Defender case on my old iPhone 4. Loved it, other than trying to get it in my pocket. If I was sitting in my car and needed to access my phone, it was in my pocket. I either couldn't get it out, or if I did, anything else that was in my pocket was going to be out of my pocket, basically. So that's really cool. The phone fits in here nicely. It looks nice. It's really secure. Once you pop it in, which it sits really snugly in here. It's got lots of protection. I really dig that. One of the things, as I mentioned earlier, was the size of the case. A lot of people on YouTube and stuff, like on the video reviews that I've seen of this case before I contacted you about it, everyone was bitching that it was too big. And yeah, it's a big case, but you got to understand, I think, what the case is for, and that's like Armageddon proofing your phone. And it's like, it would be like if I went to the Ford dealership and bought an F-250 and then complained about it being a big truck. I think that's a moot point and a stupid complaint. It's a big case. It's going to protect your phone. I like it. I don't see that as a problem. I wear fitted clothes with two phones in my pocket. This is one of them, and it doesn't really bother me. So I'm just going to move past that. Things that I don't like about this case. One is, number one, biggest complaint, sound quality sucks. I can't hear the phone in voice calls. Forget about it. If it's not a quiet room, I can't hear at all. And people have a hard time hearing me as well. So I think that this membrane, this waterproof membrane, somehow is really, really restrictive, and it covers the microphone as well. So the sound quality is absolutely terrible. Another thing that I notice is when I'm taking videos, I have to make sure that this area here where the camera is always really clean, and then back here, because it messes up the video quality. And the thing is, with them being so recessed like this, I mean, I understand the point is to protect the lenses of the camera and everything, but it's hard to clean. You can't just usually wipe it off with your shirt. You have to have a Q-tip or something to wipe it down with, and it kind of sucks. I end up taking out my phone to take pictures. Fortunately, that's easy to do, so not too big a deal, but just kind of annoying. Waterproofing. Kind of upset about the waterproof feature of this phone. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. Let me open this. So this is the case that I've had on my phone for the better part of 2 months. I haven't really used the other one at all. I liked this one. So I put this, I took the phone out of it, fortunately, and last night I put it in the sink for about 10 minutes. And there's water all, this felt here is soaked. There's water all inside the case. Yes, the case has been dropped. No, it has not been intentionally abused in any way, just day-to-day use, and I've had it for only 2 months, and there's already leaks everywhere. For a $110 case that's billed as mil-spec and, you know, super rugged and waterproof and all this junk, I expect better out of a case at that price range. This thing should be waterproof until it's completely destroyed. Now there is scuffing. I don't know if the camera will see that right here. It's been dropped, you know, but as far as the seals go, it looks like it's okay. There's no break in the rubber grommet around the back of the phone. There's nothing that would indicate that anything is structurally wrong with the case, but I don't know where the leak is coming from. I think it's coming from somewhere up in here, but it's definitely not waterproof anymore. So I've actually switched over to the camouflage one now, which is also super cool. I dig that a lot. Just in case my phone gets into water or whatever. So yeah, with a little bit of drops and stuff, the waterproof integrity of the phone case, it really needs to be checked out. I don't particularly like that. Also, the phone, I did notice when you have your phone here, actually it'll show up better on this white one, I think. Let me just wipe some of the water out of it. So I'm going to pop my phone in here, put the case on, line the grooves up, all that jazz, and snap it down. I don't know if you can see that, but that camera lens and the flash lens, they're not centered in those holes. Now, I haven't really noticed that in taking pictures. Like, it hasn't cut any of the frame out. It just seems like it should line up. I don't know. It's not right. It just doesn't seem right. So that's kind of lame. The home button is a little spongy. That's almost really negligible. It doesn't really bother me, although sometimes you really do have to jam it down. Also, I've noticed that when you're trying to go from silent mode to loud, if you will, this little pedal deal on the side is, you really got to crank on it to get it over, and the volume controls are spongy and you really have to push them hard to get them to respond. One thing I do like about the phone I didn't mention earlier is the screen protector part of it. When it's on the phone, there's no air bubbles in it. Doesn't look crappy, and it's also really, really responsive, which is cool. I mean, that's great. I'm texting all the time, and I don't have any trouble with it getting in the way of the phone. That's basically it. I mean, I enjoy the case. I like it. I'm going to continue to use it. Even this one, though it's not waterproof, I don't intend on going scuba diving with my phone, so it'll be fine. It's still okay. I I just think that some of the problems that should be addressed, first and foremost, sound quality. It's really, really poor. The iPhone 5 already struggles with low call volume, and this thing is just like a catalyst, just makes it 10 times worse. And then also the waterproof aspect, I think that could be explored and improved on, definitely, especially if you drop your phone and then, whatever reason it gets water in it, and you're like, well, crap, there goes my phone, and this thing's supposed to be waterproof. It's not cool. Also, I did notice that this latch back here, this grooved part, probably needs to be beefed up. I dropped my phone from waist height. I tripped and dropped my phone on the concrete, and every time it's been dropped, it's only been like 3 or 4 times, the back of the case, this will stay latched. This isn't going anywhere. But this part of the case snaps open every time. The phone is fine, the case just comes apart. I'm sure that could be, that edge right here, the non-latching edge, should be reinforced. So overall, I like the case. It serves its purpose for me, which is protect the phone. I don't worry about my phone being messed up. So for that, it gets an A+. Sound quality is terrible. Great screen protector. Easy in and out of the pocket, and the waterproof and the latching, it definitely needs some improvement. So I hope this helps you get a better understanding with some real world testing and everything. And once again, Kevin, I really do appreciate you sending me these cases. I will continue to use them. And as you can see, my iPhone 5 is completely scratchless. There's some grease on the back, but that was because I was taking pictures of my motorcycle without the case on it. So not a scratch on my phone, and it's endured a lot. So again, thank you, and I hope this helps you out, bud. See ya.